Thought I was done spending time with the Demon of Vengeance? Think again. Released 6 years after the first movie, The Demon of Vengeance is back in an interesting and honestly a really creative way. Also, this was my introduction to Pumpkinhead. So this movie centers around this deformed kid named Tommy Parnell who was murdered in the year 1958 by this car lover group called the Red Wings, who thought he was a freak and possibly something from hell, so they thought they had to get rid of him. And they do by stabbing the everlasting shit out of him and then dropping him into an abandoned mine. Then cut to the present time of the time of this movie, 1993, which is interesting that this movie came out the same year that Jurassic Park did, where some local teenagers decide to fuck with the corpse of Tommy and the old witch, old lady Osi, who was watching over him, and in doing so, they unleash Pumpkinhead, who is the spirit of Tommy, who comes back to avenge his own murder by going around the small town that this movie takes place in and killing each member of the Red Wings now that they're all old dudes, and then goes after the teenagers who fucked with the old woman. So Pumpkinhead has a pretty good body count going on here. I'm going to keep this part of the review short and sweet. When it comes to the people here, everyone is pretty cliche. None of them really stand out much aside from the sheriff and old lady Osi, played by Lillian Chauvin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The makeup for her is okay. It's not really as good as Haggis from the first movie. Much like a bunch of other monster movies, Pumpkinhead's the star of the show here. Whereas in the first movie, where he acted more like a slasher villain on par with Jason, here in 2 he's more aggressive, more animalistic, and more monstrous. The effects for him were done by K&B, so they're done really well here. The actor playing him this time is Mark McCracken, who gives a pretty solid performance, but the one thing about Pumpkinhead in this movie that really threw me off were his roars. In the first movie, he made sounds that sounded something very unrecognizable, but here he uses roars that were used for dinosaurs and dragons. I mean, yeah, sure, there's some sounds that he makes that are new and still sound demonic, but still. You can tell the budget for this was lower in the first movie because when Pumpkinhead kills people, there's not as much put into the deaths as there were in the first movie. And because of the plot, you really root for Pumpkinhead this time around. Overall, this movie's okay at best. It's still a good watch, but the first movie to me is better. I give this a 3 out of 5. The only two good things really about this movie is, of course, Pumpkinhead himself, and the theme song to this movie that plays in the end credits called Just Like You, which is a song that I highly recommend listening to, which is sung by Roger Clinton Jr., who plays the mayor in this movie. Alright, thank you all for watching this review. Please be sure to like, share, and please consider subscribing. All the support that you guys give this channel gives me the confidence to keep doing reviews for you guys. I have 2 more reviews for spooky season 2025, but I ain't going to tell you what they are, like usual. Also, please come check me out and follow me on my other 2 bits of social media. You got my Instagram, Megalania2023, and for those of you who love art, please come check out my DeviantArt at Dimetrostore 2022. Links to both of those are up on the channel. So have a good week, everybody, and I will see you all in the next review.